Welcome to Waka Wednesday on Heian Haven. I'm Dawn. Have you ever wanted to protect something precious from the wind? Our selection for today is from chapter 28 of the Genji Monogatari, no Waki. I've transcribed the text of the poem from each of our translators in the description down below. While I usually choose a set of poems to discuss, and there is such an exchange between Tamakazura and Genji, I was more moved by a reference to the Gosenshu or Gosenshu. This is the second imperial anthology, compiled around 951, that is much like the Kokenshu. Poets reference it in the same way by including phrases that add weight and meaning to their poems. The only English translation I can find is by J. Christopher Kern, assistant professor at Auburn University. Link in the description down below. Let's set the stage. The Umetsubo Empress stayed in residence at Rokujo to enjoy her autumn garden, which was in full glory. A typhoon began to blow in, and Her Majesty recalled a line of verse. If only I had sleeves wide enough to cover the heavens. She wanted to cover the skies of autumn. The line of verse is from Gosenshu 64, which is anonymous. If only I had sleeves wide enough to cover the heavens, I would not leave spring blossoms to the mercy of the wind. Those were both quotes from Washburn's translation. Tyler's translation of Gosenshu 64 is similar. Oh, that I had sleeve enough to cover the wide sky. No wind should then take the flowers that bloom in spring. Kern and Seidensticker's translations are in the description down below. The Empress's lament is simple. She sees her garden being ravaged by the wind and wishes she could protect the flowers. We've seen before that wide sleeves evoke wealth and security, hence wanting sleeves wide enough to cover the sky. Specifically, in chapter 14, Miyotsukushi, the Akashi lady bases her own poem on Gosenshu 64, commenting on Genji's political power and how that affects their daughter. What do you think? And now for my Tanka inspired by the selection. Can these sleeves be wide enough to shelter blossoms from the coming storm? These wretched winds of autumn have stolen all of my joy. What has inspired you this week? Share your poem in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to explore the Heian period of Japan with me through poetry.